Hi Founder fans, Jason here, and today we are discussing the Impartial Examiner, essay number 4. Now, essay number 4 was published in June of 1788. The Impartial Examiner had actually taken several months off from publishing their Anti-Federalist papers, but at this point, Virginia, where they were being published, has just about to meet for its constitutional ratification convention, and the Impartial Examiner, as an anti-federalist, does not want that constitution ratified. And what's really interesting in this one is he focuses on the presidential veto. See, while this paper is a lot shorter than the first three, because the Impartial Examiner really likes to be flowery with the language, though the language is flowery, this paper is a lot shorter, and the Impartial Examiner studies the presidential veto, and he says, we're basing this constitution largely off the British system, and while there are certainly benefits to the British system, especially because American common law comes from British common law to a large degree, the Impartial Examiner says the idea that the king should have a veto makes sense. The king is a monarch. It is an authoritarian rule, and while many of the kings of Europe, including England, has a constitutional monarchy where the people have a certain amount of say in what can or cannot happen, and Parliament is supposed to make the laws in Britain. The king, as the reigning authority who was given God's blessing to be the authority, well, the king should be able to veto any laws that he thinks are against his or she thinks is against her system. In America, however, giving this veto power to the president doesn't make sense. There is no mandate from heaven for the president to be there necessarily. There is no it is not a king. The president is an elected position, and it is the executive branch. And in a republic, we very much want to keep our branches separate. And giving the president the power to veto is essentially like giving a king a power to veto. The president is the executive branch and should have absolutely nothing to do with the legislative branch, or so the Impartial Examiner says. And therefore, giving them the veto, it's too much overlap between the different branches. The legislature should be able to legislate whatever it wants to legislate. And that, in essence, is the main gist of Impartial Examiner number 4. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit like and subscribe for more American Revolution content all week long.